Sean Diddy Combs. His red rooms and freak-off parties are names that seem to always belong together. But what really happens behind those closed doors? What's the burning question everyone's asking? We know, they said. 4 men, 4 separate lives. Yet their stories all lead to the same place, same name, Diddy. But are they really telling the truth? Or is it just manipulation of situations and power?
It's always 2 parties. It's the public one that you know about, and then it's a private one. Maybe something like, sometimes it's like the VIP or the high-end celebrities, they go in a house. Yeah, that's common knowledge.
Diddy, the hip-hop mogul known for his flashy lifestyle, found himself facing serious legal trouble in 2023. This arrest came after months of allegations from multiple individuals, accusing him of and misconduct. As he sat in jail, more than 24 lawsuits piled up against him, each detailing disturbing claims. But this was just the beginning. The victims were finally finding their voices.
Oh my God, what have I started? Earlier today, I put it out there to you, the viewers, you the people that make me. A lot of people dream about, getting into this industry and being somebody. Everybody just needs a chance. Somebody gave me a chance. That's what my whole thing is about. It's about empowerment. So this is not a joke. I'm trying to give a chance to somebody that's out there to be my personal assistant.
As the truth came to light, one couldn't help but wonder what it was really like behind the scenes with someone like Diddy. It was horrific, the first victim said. For years, he's been there with him. He was a big deal, after all. That is, until one fateful meeting in 2020. He'd worked for Diddy from 2006 to 2018, and after years of loyalty, he found himself facing a problem. Money, a substantial amount, was owed to him for his work. And so, in February 2020, he met Diddy at a hotel to finally settle things. It was supposed to be a quick chat. Diddy greeted him as usual, offering him a drink, but the man wasn't prepared for what came next. Within 2 minutes, I started feeling really tired, like I was about to pass out, he recalled. He didn't think much of it at first. Maybe it was just exhaustion catching up. But as his vision blurred and his mind started to drift, he couldn't shake the feeling that something was very wrong. Then, it all went black. When he woke up, he was no longer in control. He realized something terrifying. Diddy was him. The man tried to fight back to make it stop, but Diddy simply told him, "I'm almost done." The man couldn't move, couldn't get away. The powerlessness, the betrayal. This wasn't supposed to happen. They weren't friends, but he never imagined this level of cruelty coming from someone he worked for. Then came the treat. Diddy, with millions at his disposal, looked at him and said, "You look like an idiot if you go to the police. No one is going to believe you." Those words were the final blow, leaving the man not just physically violated, but mentally shattered. He couldn't shake the feeling that no one would take him seriously. The fear of being dismissed as a liar kept him frozen in place. But something inside him snapped. He couldn't ignore it anymore. The trauma, the violation, the fear. This wasn't just another celebrity scandal. This was a fight for himself. And though he might have been silenced for so long, his story was about to be heard. But what about the next person? Would they stand up too? It was 2019 when this second victim's world would change forever. The night started just like any other. He was out at the Marquee nightclub in Manhattan, New York, enjoying the lively buzz of the city. It was the night when he crossed paths with Diddy. It wasn't long before Diddy's security approached him. The security guards told him that Diddy wanted him to join him and his people at the exclusive after-party at the Park Hyatt Hotel. Once they arrived at the hotel, things started to feel off. The night was filled with the usual luxury. Diddy personally offered him a cocktail, something he made himself. A drink he thought was harmless. But within moments of sipping it, everything began to spin. His mouth became dry. and his vision blurred. He tried to shake it off, but the room felt like it was closing in on him. He felt disoriented and confused, not sure what was happening. "He's ready to party," said Diddy. Diddy led him into a bedroom. The man could feel his body shutting down, his mind drifting further into senselessness. He collapsed onto a sofa, and as he lost consciousness, he felt helpless. When he woke up, he found Diddy assaulting him. He tried to fight, to get away, but the drugs in his system made it nearly impossible. He remembers struggling, but before he could fully remember what was happening, everything went black again. But the most haunting part of the story wasn't even the assault. It was the memory that would stick with him forever. The man saw it happening. As he tried to resist, he saw a man and a woman sitting on the bed, recording the assault on a camera. The violation wasn't just physical, it was being filmed, as if he was nothing more than an object for someone's twisted entertainment. The next morning, things didn't get any better. The man was handed $2,500 by the individual who had been recording the assault. The money, he was told, came from Diddy. He could no longer stay silent. But would anyone believe him? The questions kept coming. But one thing was clear. He was not the last victim. There were more to come.
You ready? You ready?
Line up, please. Come on, guys.
The summer of 2020 seemed like it was going to be another night of luxury and fame, the kind of experience people dream about. But for this man, what started as an invitation to an exclusive party at Sean Diddy Combs' East Hampton mansion turned into something far more sinister. It all began with an invitation from one of Diddy's associates at Bad Boy Records. The man was eager to attend, thinking it would be a night like any other. At the mansion, the party was in full swing. It was exactly what you'd expect from someone like Diddy. But soon after, he accepted a drink from Diddy himself, and the world started spinning. It was a slight dizziness, a feeling of unease. Throughout the night, as he faded in and out of consciousness, he became a victim of a series of criminal acts. Diddy, along with others from Bad Boy Records, took turns assaulting and him. He had fallen victim to one or more criminal acts by then, not just that night, but allegedly from 2000s to 2022. The man struggled in silence for months, because who would believe him? And how many were to go? And when would this end? The year 2022 marked a turning point, the kind of moment where things stopped being just rumors and allegations. It was the beginning of the end for Diddy, but for one man who was about to bring the end to the circle. That night in Miami was when his nightmare began. The man had been invited to a house party in Miami. He soon found himself mingling with the crowd when, as the night went on, he began to feel strange. His vision started to blur, his legs wobbled under him, and then, just like the other victims, everything went black. When he regained consciousness, the pain was unbearable. His body felt wrong, and he couldn't understand what has just happened. The sharp pain in his rectum was the first thing he noticed. Something had been done to him, and as he looked around, his confusion turned to terror when he realized that some of his clothes were missing. He wasn't alone though. When he turned his head, he saw Diddy standing behind him, naked, with a disturbing smile plastered on his face. The man could barely tell what was happening as Diddy allegedly continued the assault, speaking dirty words to him. "This is what you want," he said, all while wearing the same unsettling grin. Unable to move or resist, he was at the mercy of Diddy, who was fully aware of his condition. The drugs in his system made it impossible to fight back, and before long, he lost consciousness again. When he woke up the next morning, his clothes were handed back to him by a member of Diddy's security team, and without so much as an explanation, he was told to leave. The shame and confusion were overwhelming, but nothing could compare to the horror of what has happened in that Miami mansion, behind closed doors where no one could see. This wasn't just another party, and it wasn't just another night. This was the beginning of the downfall of a man who once stood at the top of the world. The accusations were piling up, and one single hope emerged for these men. Thomas Giuffra, the attorney representing them, he has been vocal about the wave of accusations that have come flooding in. Giuffra revealed that over 60 people had contacted his office, all claiming to have suffered at the hands of Diddy. Giuffra described the similarity between the men's stories, saying, "It's very consistent, frighteningly consistent, exactly consistent. He would hit them with the drinks, knock them out, and after they woke up, he them." The repeated pattern of abuse points to a disturbing reality where Diddy allegedly lured men into compromising positions, using his power and influence to silence them. However, not everyone believes these men. Diddy's legal team is fighting back fearlessly, claiming that the accusations are nothing but fictional claims. They even vowed to prove the allegations false. "We will prove them false and seek sanctions against every unethical lawyer who filed fictional claims against him," the statement read. But the lawsuits are only the tip of the iceberg. Over 30 civil cases have been filed, many of which stretch back to the 1990s. Diddy masterminded a long-running scheme that involved exploitation, including orchestrating drug-fueled events that featured male escorts. Despite the mounting evidence, Diddy has denied all allegations. His legal team maintains that the claims are a part of a sickening plot to exploit his name for money. "These complaints are full of lies," they said. As the legal battle rages on, Diddy finds himself in deeper waters than ever before. The trial, scheduled for May, will determine the fate of these cases. But as it stands, the accusations are only growing. The victims, remaining anonymous, turned as John Doe, out of fear for their safety, are seeking justice, not just for themselves, but for anyone who might have been silenced. But what do you think? Are these allegations just part of the game? Or is there more to this story? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to check out our video on what Diddy's former bodyguard revealed. Subscribe now.